Yes, there are ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, receptacles designed for 240-volt circuits. There are advantages of using a GFCI receptacle for 240-volt circuits. Firstly, cost effectiveness. GFCI receptacles are typically less expensive than GFCI breakers. Secondly, simplicity of installation. Installing a GFCI receptacle is relatively straightforward and can be done without modifying the service entrance box. There are considerations for using a GFCI receptacle for 240-volt circuits. Firstly, receptacle rating. Ensure that the GFCI receptacle is rated for 240-volt circuits. Secondly, wiring. Verify that the receptacle is correctly wired for a 240-volt circuit, including a neutral wire. Thirdly, location. Install the GFCI receptacle in a weather-protected location close to the pool pump. Here is the installation procedure. 1. Turn off the power to the pool pump circuit. 2. Unscrew the faceplate of the existing receptacle. 3. Disconnect the wires from the old receptacle. 4. Connect the wires to the terminals of the GFCI receptacle matching colors, black to black, white to white, green to ground. 5. Screw the GFCI receptacle into the electrical box. 6. Reinstall the faceplate. 7. Turn on the power and test the GFCI receptacle by pressing the test button. It is important to use a GFCI receptacle specifically designed for 240-volt circuits to ensure proper protection and avoid potential safety hazards. GFCI protection is crucial when it comes to electrical safety, especially near water sources like pools. A GFCI device is designed to protect individuals from electrical shock by monitoring the current flowing in a circuit. If it detects an imbalance, which indicates a potential ground fault, it quickly cuts off the power to prevent injury. Ground faults occur when electricity strays from its intended path and flows through an unintended conductor, such as a person. The GFCI constantly measures the current flowing to and from the connected equipment. In a properly functioning circuit, the current going out should exactly match the current coming back. However, if there is a ground fault, some of the current will leak to ground, creating an imbalance. When the GFCI detects this imbalance, typically a difference of just a few milliamps, it trips and quickly shuts off the power, usually within a fraction of a second. This rapid response is critical in preventing serious electrical shock. GFCI devices are designed to protect people from the hazards of electrical shock. Standard circuit breakers are primarily designed to protect equipment from overloads and short circuits, preventing fires and damage to electrical systems. While circuit breakers respond to excessive current, they don't react to the small current leakages that can cause electrical shock. GFCIs are much more sensitive to ground faults. They can detect current imbalances as low as 5 milliamps, which is enough to cause a dangerous shock but not enough to trip a standard circuit breaker. By quickly cutting off the power when a ground fault is detected, GFCIs significantly reduce the risk of electrical shock injuries. There are two main types of GFCI protection: GFCI breakers and GFCI receptacles. GFCI breakers are installed in the electrical panel and provide protection for the entire circuit. GFCI receptacles, also known as GFCI outlets, are installed at specific points in the electrical system and protect only the devices plugged into that receptacle or other receptacles wired downstream on the same circuit. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, specifies where GFCI protection is required. These requirements are based on locations where there is an increased risk of electrical shock, such as near water sources. Common locations that require GFCI protection include bathrooms, kitchens, garages, outdoor areas, and, importantly in this case, swimming pools. The NEC provides detailed guidelines on the specific distances and areas around pools where GFCI protection is mandatory. For pool pump circuits, GFCI protection is essential to prevent electrical shock hazards. Pool pumps operate in close proximity to water, creating a high risk of ground faults. Any fault in the pump motor or wiring can lead to electrical current leaking into the water, posing a serious threat to anyone in or near the pool. GFCI protection for pool pump circuits is typically required for all receptacles and equipment within a certain distance of the pool, as specified by the NEC. This requirement applies to both new installations and replacements of existing equipment. The NEC is updated regularly to reflect changes in technology and safety standards. It is important to consult the latest edition of the NEC and local electrical codes to ensure compliance with all applicable requirements. Local jurisdictions may have additional regulations that go beyond the NEC, so it is always best to check with the local authority having jurisdiction or OJ for specific requirements in your area. When selecting a GFCI device for a pool pump circuit, it is important to choose one that is rated for the voltage and amperage of the circuit. Pool pumps often operate on 240 volt circuits, so the GFCI device must be rated for 240 volts. The amperage rating should also match or exceed the amperage of the pool pump motor to ensure proper protection. GFCI receptacles are typically available in 15 amps and 20 amps ratings, while GFCI breakers are available in a wider range of amperage ratings. Make sure to select a GFCI device that is suitable for the specific requirements of the pool pump circuit. In addition to voltage and amperage ratings, it is important to consider the environmental conditions when selecting a GFCI device for a pool pump. Pool areas are often exposed to moisture, chemicals, and extreme temperatures, so the GFCI device must be rated for outdoor use and be resistant to these conditions. Look for GFCI devices that are listed as weather resistant, or WR, and are designed to withstand exposure to the elements. These devices typically have additional seals and protective coatings to prevent moisture and corrosion from damaging the internal components. When installing a GFCI receptacle or breaker, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable electrical codes. The installation should be performed by a qualified electrician to ensure that it is done safely and correctly. Before starting any electrical work, always turn off the power to the circuit at the main electrical panel. Use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is energized before touching any wires or terminals. When wiring a GFCI receptacle, make sure to connect the wires to the correct terminals. The line terminals are for the incoming power from the electrical panel, while the load terminals are for the wires that continue to other outlets or devices on the same circuit. Incorrect wiring can prevent the GFCI from working properly or create a dangerous situation. After installing the GFCI receptacle or breaker, test it to make sure it is functioning correctly. Most GFCI devices have a test button that simulates a ground fault. Press the test button and the GFCI should trip, cutting off the power to the circuit. If the GFCI does not trip when the test button is pressed, it may be defective and should be replaced. Regular testing of GFCI devices is recommended to ensure that they are working properly. The manufacturer's instructions typically recommend testing the GFCI monthly. This can be done by simply pressing the test button and verifying that the GFCI trips. If the GFCI fails to trip during a routine test, it should be replaced immediately. GFCI devices have a limited lifespan and may eventually fail due to wear and tear or electrical surges. If a GFCI trips frequently or becomes unreliable, it may be time to replace it. The lifespan of a GFCI can vary depending on the quality of the device and the conditions in which it is used. However, most GFCI devices are designed to last for many years with proper care and maintenance. In addition to GFCI protection, there are other safety measures that should be taken to prevent electrical shock hazards around swimming pools. These include proper grounding of all electrical equipment, regular inspection of wiring and connections, and avoiding the use of electrical appliances near the pool. Grounding provides a safe path for electrical current to flow in the event of a fault, reducing the risk of electrical shock. All electrical equipment around the pool, including the pump motor, should be properly grounded according to the NEC requirements. Regular inspection of wiring and connections can help identify potential problems before they become hazards. Look for frayed wires, loose connections, and signs of corrosion. Any damaged or deteriorated wiring should be replaced immediately by a qualified electrician. Avoiding the use of electrical appliances near the pool can also help prevent electrical shock hazards. Keep electrical devices such as radios, televisions, and extension cords away from the pool area to reduce the risk of accidental contact with water. When working on electrical equipment around a pool, always follow safe work practices. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as rubber gloves and safety glasses. Work in dry conditions and avoid touching any metal objects while working on electrical equipment. If you are not comfortable working on electrical equipment, hire a qualified electrician to do the work. In conclusion, GFCI protection is essential for pool pump circuits to prevent electrical shock hazards. GFCI receptacles offer a cost-effective and convenient solution for providing GFCI protection for pool pump circuits. When selecting and installing a GFCI device, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable electrical codes. Regular testing and maintenance of GFCI devices are essential to ensure that they are working properly. By taking these precautions, you can help create a safe environment around your swimming pool.